Hi everyone, I'm here. It's Alicia DeSepula. Sorry, it seems like I'm a couple minutes late, mostly because I am a couple minutes late because I was streaming on the wrong stream. Hi everyone, I'm here. It's Alicia DeSepula. Sorry. And obviously you don't want to hear that echo. I was just checking my sound. So I was streaming on the wrong stream. So you missed two excellent, inspirational, powerful minutes that I just delivered. And I don't think I can repeat them. So I'm just going to jump into what I'm supposed to be presenting, which is you too can YouTube. So if you have any problems seeing my screen or hearing me speak, if you could just post in the chat section and let me know, I will check that out and make sure that I'm doing okay. I'm going to check that periodically so I can answer hopefully any questions or issues as they arise. So feel free to participate in the chat. Also, if you are from Millville Public Schools, if you comment with your first and last name in the chat, I will make sure to send you a PD, sir, immediately after I'm done with this presentation. So just make sure you give me your first and last name and please spell it correctly, just because I want your PD certificate to be correct. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in with my first inspirational quote of the morning. It seems like I'm a couple minutes late. Oh, sorry. My first inspirational quote of the morning, which is from America's favorite boss, actually the world's favorite boss, Michael Scott. When I discovered YouTube, I didn't work for 5 days. I think you guys all know what YouTube is. You know, it's a video search and storage engine, and I'll just give you guys a little background. I use YouTube for an embarrassing amount. One of my favorite examples of when I use YouTube is not even for education, although I do use it a lot for that. When I had my first child, May, she's 4.5 now, I felt like I was just God's gift to the human race. I delivered this perfect angel baby, and I always wanted to randomly go on errands and stuff just so I could walk around and be a mom with a stroller, and I thought it was so cool. And then the first time I went out by myself with her, I didn't know how to fold my stroller up. So I get the kid in the car. She's older. I think she's 6 months old because I was too afraid to leave the house alone. So I get her into the car and I don't know how to fold the stroller up. So I'm in the parking lot trying to figure it out. You know, they're super high tech now. And I end up just pulling out my phone and YouTubing how to fold up my particular brand of stroller. And I did it in 30 seconds because of the video. So I use YouTube for things like that. I use YouTube when I need a little bit of on-the-spot PD, or when I'm experiencing a teachable moment for myself because I love to learn too. I use YouTube for everything, and sometimes I get, like Michael Scott, into a very bizarre black hole of YouTube as well. So here's a quote from one of the founders of YouTube, and it's something that really resonates with me when I think about YouTube for education. So YouTube is a platform, a distribution vehicle. And essentially, even though we can upload things and create on YouTube, one of my favorite things is to curate content and share it with learners. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that today. So we're going to focus on curating, creating, and sharing content, and then enhancing the user experience. So I'm going to dive right in. And I'm going to go to youtube.com and we're going to get started. So I already have my account set up. If you don't have an account set up with YouTube, you can use your Millville Public Schools Google account. So your first name dot last name at mps.millville.org, and then your username is the same username and password as you use to log on to the computer. So over on the left, if you see the word settings, if you click on that, you can adjust the settings of your channel. If you've never created a channel, you're going to have to do one in order to make a playlist and such. It's just a first step. Now, people often think I don't want to be a YouTuber. Why do I need a channel? It's truly just to set things up like your playlist and to subscribe and that kind of thing. So don't get caught up in thinking you're trying to be a YouTube star, which, in case you didn't know, is totally a thing now. There's a big joke during this whole school closures due to COVID that all the students were freaking out that their teachers were going to become YouTube stars and not them. I know a lot of elementary schools, when you ask them what they want to be when they grow up now, a lot of them are saying YouTubers. And you know what? It's a big thing. Google it. Speaking of Google, in case you didn't know, YouTube is a subsidiary of Google as well. So that's why I said you can log on to YouTube with your Google account. So if I wanted to change any of my channel information, I can do that here. The first time you set up your channel, you'll do it from here, or I think there's a box at the top of YouTube that says like set up your channel for the first time. So I have a free YouTube account. I'm all set up. You'll notice I'm using my personal account. You are more than welcome to use your school account too. You can also switch back and forth. So you can have multiple channels if you want. In the upper right hand corner, when I click on my little picture, just like I do in any Google app, I can go to switch account and then go to a different channel if I want to. So the first thing I want to talk about with YouTube is the experience. Something that is newer. I mean, well, not totally new, but in the last, I feel like 5 to 6 years, they've really kicked up their advertisements. And it is a pain because if you search for something online, you're going to get an ad for it. And some of the ads like are not things you want your students to see. I always use the same examples. I'm going to use one that's not inappropriate today, though. One time I was like showing kids a video, and it was actually when maybe one of my kids must have been in diapers, and there was a diaper advertisement. And when you show third graders a diaper advertisement, like it's just so silly. Poop is silly. So they all laughed, it threw everybody off. It really stopped what we were doing. And it was very annoying. So something you can do with YouTube is you can add an extension. And if you're unfamiliar with extensions, those are these little things up here that improve your Chrome experience, which is how you navigate the internet. If you go to the Chrome Web Store, I'm going to open a new tab and just type Chrome Web Store. Usually it's the first link that pops up. You can add an extension called Adblock for YouTube. So you can see there are a few different ones here. I already have this one added, but I don't see it up here for some reason. I have this one added, and it will just block the commercials in YouTube videos. And then you don't even realize it's doing it. And then what happens is like you get onto a device that does not have this installed, and you're like, what do you have commercials? What is this peasant account? So it's something you're going to want to use. It's really nice. Another one that you'll like is ViewPure, which I know I've probably shown for years as the website, but the extension is really nice too. Oh, I lied. It's called Turn Off the Lights on here. Turn off the lights. So when we use Turn Off the Lights, what that does is, and I'm sorry, I don't know why my extensions aren't showing up. Let me just check real fast. Okay, I think it's because I'm logged into a different account. I apologize about that. You can see up here in this upper right-hand corner, that's my personal account, so I'm not logged into my work account. So here's Turn Off the Lights. And when you do that, you can customize it so that when you're watching a video, the entire rest of the window will be completely black. So you won't see any comments or anything of that nature. That's helpful because like you can't control what people comment. I have a million stories about this too, but one that always sticks out is my very first year with fourth graders. We were watching Schoolhouse Rock, Branches of Government video, and somebody commented right below, "This is effing awesome," but they typed out the actual F word. So fabulous is the F word. No, you can use your imagination. But so that giant word was on the screen and I had fourth graders in the classroom. It was not good. So it's really another helpful tool. So those are my two favorite extensions that I use with YouTube, Adblock for YouTube and Turn Off the Lights. Something that I really like to do with YouTube as well, like let's say I'm teaching the kids how to do long division. And I find this great video. Oh, see, I knew this wasn't on. I don't know where my extensions are. This is not a good advertisement. I cannot. Well, this one is grayed out, and that's iBoss. Guys, I swear I prepped for this. Um, I have no idea where my extensions are, but I promise you they were here at some point. I will be honest, I did switch computers because my other computer microphone is broken. Um, I don't want to waste your time, but I'm going to keep moving just for the sake of time, but we'll figure that out.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find...
Okay, I apologize about that. I really have no idea what's happening. Well, story of my life. Okay. I am going to show you how to copy the link and show a specific section of a video. So let's say that this is a great tutorial video and I want to post it in my Google Classroom, but it's very long and I only want the kids to watch it from this minute, 4 minutes and 22 seconds. If I right click on the video, I can copy the URL at this specific time. So if I copy that URL at the specific time, then I paste it somewhere else. For example, Google Classroom.
Here, it's time for our next division.
See, it will start playing at that exact second. So that's very helpful, especially because, you don't want to have all that beginning stuff, which is typically the stuff I'm trying to avoid anyway. So we can copy a URL and play it at that specific time. The next thing I want to talk about is subscribing to channels. So I am subscribed to a few things, and I admittedly don't really use this a ton just because I'm usually just randomly searching on YouTube. But let's say I wanted to, I really like this channel that I'm watching this video from. If you click here, you can check out what the channel looks like and see if it's something for you. And if I want to subscribe to it, it will appear over here in my subscriptions. I can simply click this subscribe button, and then it will show up in my subscriptions. So something that you're going to want to do on YouTube is create playlists. Now, I always find this really annoying and I feel like I complain about it way too much, but there's no button like that says start creating your playlist or something like that. So you have to open a video or select a video somehow to start your playlist. So if I click on this video to open it, or I can click on these little 3 stacked dots here, I can click Save to Playlist. So let's say I'm watching a video.
Do you believe?
See, this is going to drive me crazy. Ashley Bartholomew, you are a Google certified educator, and I see you in here. Will you help me, my queen? I have no idea what I did wrong. This is a loaner computer, so it's not my normal computer. But can you help me figure out where the heck all my extensions are? Because I am logged in. I am logged in. I feel like I'm losing my mind, which, I mean, is probably true. Maybe I have them turned off. Oh, I do. I have it turned off. See, I didn't even need you to help me. I just needed you to be present. Okay, so I'm turning them on. You see how some of these are turned off? I can tell because they're grayed out. So if I click them, the lights will turn on. I'm sorry about that, guys. I probably should have checked before we started. All right, so you guys see up here, this is my extension. I'm going to refresh this page. Notice how now I'm right in TED Talk and there's no commercial. That's because now I finally have this extension started up again. Ashley said in the comments, all she had to do was say on it, and it was just magical. That's the thing. Ashley's a Google certified educator. Like, once you get Google certified, like you can do anything. So thank you, Ashley, for your inspiration. So I should probably show you this now too, since I know everything is working. This little light bulb up here is that turn off the lights extension I told you about. See how when I clicked on it, it got all black? So I can still play the video. Lowever, everything is completely black, so it's not a problem. Thank you, Sandy. I think you're magical too. I'm seeing all the comments because I'm working on 2 screens, so this loaner computer is really working out for me. And you can also change your settings for turn off the lights and make it lighter or darker. It's totally up to you. All right, now I feel much better. I'm not as panicked. All right, let's talk about making a playlist. So I showed you guys how to click on those 3 stacked dots. They're here as well. But they're 2 different. If you notice, these ones are horizontal, the other were vertical. So if I was on this page, I could click on these vertical stacked dots to add it to a playlist. but let's just say I wanted to start a video playlist. Someone throw a topic in the chat, like name a topic that you would teach your students about this school year. And we're going to, anybody, any topic at all, school appropriate. All right, I'm going to count down from 5. If no one says anything, I'm just going to choose, and it's probably going to be gorillas or dolphins because that's what I usually research. 5, 4, 3, 2, using color. Laura, I have no idea what that means, but I'm all for you because I see all the stuff you do with your kids, and I want to be in your art class. All right, so Laura is an art teacher at Memorial, and she wants to talk about using color. So these look a little bit elementary, but let's just pretend this is something that your kids want. I'm not going to go through and vet all these videos, so just pretend they're amazing. So this is a video I found, and let's say, oh, okay, I lied. This is a video I found. Oh God, what is happening? What, what is happening right now? I, hey, Gloria. No, everything's broken. Okay, Gloria just walked in from IT, and now everything's fixed, so it's a sign. So I don't know what happened. All right, it must have been my internet. I don't know if you guys saw when I clicked on it, it said that error can pop up if you have low internet connection. So it looks like it's working now, so I'm good. I am at work, in case you were wondering, so blame them. I see that Sandy put in the comments, are they approved? That's a really good question that I should mention towards the end, so throw that out there in a couple minutes. All right, so here's our first video, and let's say that I wanted to add it to my playlist. I can click this save button with the 3 lines and plus sign, and then I can either add it to an existing playlist or I can create a new playlist. So again, when I open a video that I like and I want to add it to my playlist, I can click on these 3 lines with the plus sign, and then I can click create playlist, and I can call it color wheel. And maybe it's specific to next school year. So I can also change my privacy settings, but you can do this at any time. It's not permanent. So if it's public, that means anybody will be able to find and see your playlist. If it's unlisted, that means only the people with a link to your playlist can see it. I really have no reason to make my playlist private. That's up to you. If it's private, only you can see it. I'll give you an example of something that you might want to have private. Like if you're using your YouTube account and maybe you're searching, I don't know, hair tutorials, like to learn how to do your hair at home. That's a thing too, guys. They make a lot of money. You might want to keep that private. Like you don't want to let the world in on your secrets. So that could be something you click private for. Yeah, so those are just the 3 different, these are probably terrible examples. I'm going to keep it public, and I'm going to click create. So now I have my color wheel playlist created. So let's say that I found a few more videos. All right, just so you guys know I'm not crazy, I'm going to click learn more, and you can see it says like I have to troubleshoot my internet connection, which again, I'm at work, so I don't know. I think they forgot to pay the bills. I'm kidding. Sorry if anyone's listening. So I'm going to click on these 3 bars again with the plus sign, and now I'm going to click Color Wheel 2021, and I've added it to my playlist. And let me just add a couple more. Here's one that's pink. Now this video is working fine for some reason. All right, so now I've got 3 videos, and Laura's probably cringing because these are all the most random things, and I'm not even seeing what's in them. So I'm sorry in advance. So now I got my playlist ready. I've got 4 videos in my playlist. I'm really excited about it. So let me check out my playlist. On the upper left-hand corner, I see these 3 little lines here. I can click on them. And if I scroll down a little bit, see these are where my playlists are. So I can click show more and see an entire list of my playlists. So here is Color Wheel 2021. If I click on that, I can see these are my 4 videos that I created and I want to have available. I can change the name of my playlist by clicking on this little pencil to change the title. I can also change the description. So I can say, this is a very helpful playlist to watch before we start our next unit on color wheels. I can also change the order of my videos. You can shuffle the order right here, or you can click on these little bars next to the little thumbnail, and I can click and drag them around to reorder the videos because maybe there's a very specific order I want to show these in. So the next thing I can do is I can actually collaborate on a playlist. And I'll give you a couple examples of how I've done this in the past. With like the Google Innovator Academy and Google Trainer and stuff, you have to make an application video. And instead of going through and adding thousands of videos to one playlist, someone usually like comes here, clicks a little ... clicks collaborate, and then they just turn this on. And then they give people this link. Anybody they give this link can add a video to the playlist. So another fun way to do something like this might be, I know I did this with our after school program at Bacon, 21st Century, or Club 21, as most of you know it. When we wanted to do like an arrival playlist, like they were the DJ, we gave them a collaborative playlist and they would add their favorite school appropriate songs for us to play. So we didn't have to do the work. They added them for us. So I could just copy it and then I could just paste it into an email, or I could paste it in my Google Classroom or anywhere else that I needed to send that link. But anyone with the link can add to your playlist. Also, where these 3 horizontal stack dots are, I'm still looking at my playlist. I can move all of these videos to an additional playlist. I can also add more videos, I can delete it, or I can customize the settings even further. So if I click on playlist settings, I can say allow embedding. That means that somebody can embed this entire playlist into a website or something like that, which to me, it's no big deal. I usually keep it on. New videos, add them to the top. I usually change the order based on what I need, but that's up to you as well. And then if you click on advanced settings, you have just a few more options, which is our collaboration options, auto add. So basically, if anything is added by a specific person or has specific tags, they can be automatically added to a playlist. So I mentioned, I used the example of Google Innovator Academy just because that's coming up. I think tomorrow is the due date actually. So anything tagged with that specific tag, I could have automatically added to this playlist. I'm going to go to basic again. And remember, I can change the ordering and I can change the privacy as well. And then I can click save. I didn't make any changes, so I'm not going to save, but you can do that. So when I'm ready to share my playlist, it's done. I want my students or families or fans to see this playlist. I can click on share. And then I can say, here's a link to my playlist. So I could copy this and send it to people, or I could go to embed. And if I paste this into my website, Google Sites, OnCourse, a blog, it's going to be embedded into the site. So they won't have to click a link to go somewhere else. It'll be right embedded in there. Or if I go to email, I could send this via email. Never do this. You can, it's just not something that I typically do. So that's how we can create and add playlists and share them and change our settings. So let's move on. Let's talk about what you do when you create. I mean, obviously my favorite feature is probably playlists because I like to curate other people's content. They spend a lot of time and energy on it. So I want to talk a little bit about how you can create your channel and what you can do with your videos there too. So I'm not on YouTube to be famous. I know it's shocking. I actually became an educator for the fame and the fortune. YouTube is just like a benefit of it. So let me show you my channel and explain what I do with it and what you can do with yours. In the upper right-hand area of my screen, I can click on that and I can choose your channel. So this is my channel. If I want to change this photo at the top, I can click on the little camera and customize it. My photo right here, if I edit this, it's edited in all of my Google apps. So for example, I don't want to, like, let's say I have this YouTube video that's dedicated to, I don't know, gorillas. If I change this picture to a gorilla, that's going to show up on my Google Docs and everything else too. So it's my personal account. It's not a big deal. But if you're using your work account, you know, maybe think about what your picture is there. I can customize my channel, give it a description. We're going to get to YouTube Studio next. That's where our creating and editing is all going to be happening. And then this is what my channel looks like. So here are all of my personal uploads. You can see I'm live now because obviously you're watching, so you know I'm live now, but I have these red text. Laura just made a good point. She said you can only make these changes on a laptop and not a phone. Laura, are you talking about the changes to your channel, or are you talking about playlists? Let me know, no pressure. So I can also check out, oh, Alicia DeSepula, what are her playlists? She's got 33 subscribers, so double digits. I don't want to brag, but I'm basically an influencer. So if I click on playlists, I can see all of them. About these are all of my videos I can go through. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to head over to YouTube Studio. So to get there, I can either click here, YouTube Studio, or I can click on my picture again, and I can go click on YouTube Studio right here. Laura, thank you for subscribing to me. I feel I must have 34 now. This is very exciting. So this is what YouTube Studio looks like. It changed, I think it was like a year ago. They changed, sometimes they do these updates. It's just aesthetics, but it kind of drives me crazy. So I don't really spend much time on analytics, and because we're not talking about becoming YouTube stars, we're not going to spend a ton of time on it. But here you can see I've gotten 2 subscribers in the last 28 days, so I am going viral. Unfortunately, my views are down 63%, and so is my watch time, so that's probably not great. And then I can see, like, what are my top videos. I mean, I don't want to brag, but this one has 18 people viewing it, so somebody alert the media. Over on the left, I'm still in my YouTube Studio. If I click on videos, I can see a list of all of my videos. These are things that I've uploaded. I can also see the visibility. So these are ones that are unlisted, and these are the ones I'm going to play with today because they don't matter. I mean, everything matters. What am I talking about? So let me just explain these because you're going to think I'm a little bit crazy. These were last year we did The Lion King as part of Club 21, and we had these little videos playing on like the background. So during the stampede, this was the video that was playing. So that's what that's about. All right, so let me show you how to edit some stuff. So if I'm here, I can click on these 3 stacked dots and I can edit my title and description, change my shareable link. I can also delete it. I usually don't delete things though. You can just click the drop down menu and choose private, and then no one can see it but you. So that's like, there's no point in deleting unless it's something you never want to think about ever again. I can also click on comments and go through and delete comments, or I can like comments and react with my viewers. Here's how I can just view it right directly on YouTube. Then I can add it to a playlist or send the link somewhere. I'm going to click on this little pencil. I just need like 2 more minutes. I apologize, I'm going a little bit over. I'm going to click on this little pencil for details. So this gives me a little bit more description of my video, and I want to point out a couple things here. If you change it so that your video is made for kids, here's the issue. You can't add it to if something is made for kids, it can't be added to a playlist. I know I'm not sure why. I probably should know why, but I don't. So sometimes you'll get to a video and you try to add it to a playlist and you can't. That's because it says it's not made for kids. So over on the right, here are the 2 things I wanted to show you. You can automatically add your video to one of your playlists, change the visibility, and then these 2 things you might love. If I click on end screen, I can add a link or something to the end of my screen. So here is at the end of my video, I could say, I want them to watch this video next, and I want them to subscribe to me. And I can change this, like drag it around, whatever. I don't have a video linked here. Maybe my most recent upload. And now let me save it. So now I added that at the end. So they'll see when they're done watching this video, they're now going to see my most recent video and a link to subscribe to me. Also, cards are things that pop up during your video. So let me show you an example of them. So this is my video. Let's say right here, I wanted to add a poll. Isn't this great? Now I know what you guys are going to ask me before you even ask me. You're going to say, oh my God, how do we know who took our poll? You don't. This is not, if you're looking to do that with your kids, you're going to want to use like an ed puzzle, which I do have a session on coming up this summer as well. I believe it's next week. If you're unsure, go to tinyurl.com/virtualpd20. So this is not the kind of thing that you're going to go through and like use as an assessment for kids. This is just something that you have available for your viewers. You'll get the analytics on it, but you're not going to see specific names or anything like that. So the last thing I'm going to show you is over on the left. I'm going to go to editor. Also, in case you didn't notice, I'm going to say the last thing like 5 times. It's never the last thing. So you can see, remember I added my cards where I wanted to subscribe and watch my most recent upload. You can also add more things. I can trim the video. I can also add music from the sound library or something that maybe I've created. And then I like this one, I want to point it out, especially when we're working with our kids, we can actually blur our video. So it's going to take a second. If I click here, see where it says blur faces? I can click edit, and then it's going to find all the faces in the video, and I can select which ones I want to blur. How cool is that? So if you filmed your kids, if you guys made a cool music video and 3 of your kids don't have that thing signed where they can be videotaped or have their picture taken, you can blur out those specific children. And I'm going to save it right now. You can also customize. Maybe I have a sign in the background that says, I don't know, my phone number, and I want to blur that out. I can do that too. It was applied. I didn't think I showed anybody's face in this video, but apparently I did. Let's actually see where his face is. Oh, here. Look, I did not do anything. How cool is that? You're supposed to all be, I'm assuming, I can't see or hear you, but I'm assuming you're all standing and cheering right now. So it automatically blurred his face. Also, in case you were wondering, this was Lion King, he was Mufasa, this is Scar. Great special effects here. But I blurred his face out just by clicking that button, and then I can just save it. And then once it's updated, it's still, the link stays exactly the same. All I did was edit that video. I mean, those are features that are built right into YouTube. I think that is very cool. Just maybe one more thing. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. In the upper right hand area, if I click on create, I can upload my videos right here. So I can upload a video and do whatever I want with it once it's uploaded. You can take a video on your phone, your computer. If you guys use Screencastify, you can upload those videos here. You can get creative with it, and then it'll, of course, be shown here in your uploads. Then you can edit, add it to playlists, and do whatever you want with it. And then going live, I want to talk about real fast because that's something that people apparently are interested in. If you go live on YouTube, you can only show like a video. So I can only show myself. That doesn't make any sense. Let me explain again. If I go live on YouTube, it's like I can't show my screen. That's what I was trying to say. So the way that I'm going live right now, and I'm showing you what I'm doing, is I used a separate website called StreamYard.com. It's just, I know Ashley used it yesterday for her webinar too. You probably know the name StreamYard because you see it on my YouTube video right now in the upper right hand corner because I'm cheap and I'm not going to pay for the premium version. So you're going to see that little duck and it says powered by StreamYard in the upper right hand corner of the video you're watching right now. So what I do with StreamYard, actually, let me bring it over and show you. Not that any of you asked, but why not, right? Where's my StreamYard? Okay. Where is it? Here it is. Here. So this is what StreamYard looks like. I can see you guys are commenting over here. And then my screen looks like this because I'm sharing my screen. But down here, like this is my video. I'm not on it because my laptop is closed. I told you I'm using a loaner. And I can also add additional people to it. So like I could have sent a link to Laura, Sandy, Ashley, Alexandria, whoever's in this. I could send a link and I could have you all on here, and then I can add your videos and whatever, and I can customize how it appears. So if I'm a teacher and I'm presenting something, I could click on this one, see the little person in the square. It's not a great example because I'm not showing myself, but right here would be a video of myself, a live stream. And then here's my screen. So StreamYard's so easy to use. If you go to StreamYard.com, all I did was I logged on to my YouTube account. See my little face up here with the YouTube symbol. And then I can set up when my live stream videos are going to air and stuff. It's so easy. I do want to see how you're showing the view you are showing currently. When I used it yesterday, I was showing my face the whole time and I didn't like it. Oh, that's very easy. Thank you for asking, Ashley. See, aren't you glad I went over the time? So this is StreamYard. Down here, what I do is my laptop is closed, but Ashley's talking about usually this is a video of yourself talking. And it is nice to show your face. Just trust me, you guys don't want to see my face today. Um, I don't want to say why, but I'm very tired. So that's why my video is closed. But the reason I did add it to my stream is because that's what my mic is connected to, Ash. So it is technically added. But then do you see these little squares down here? I click on this one so that I'm only showing my screen. See how when there's a little person, that means it's using your video. So I did this because I did not want to show my face for this particular presentation. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. I'm not sure if it does. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm 8 minutes over. I appreciate your patience with me. If you did throw your first and last name in the chat, I will definitely be sending you a PD cert in the next 10 minutes. I am, in case you didn't know, I am pretty fast with it. If you are interested in taking some more online courses this summer, or if you've got actually any questions about this, please feel free to email me, alicia.decepla@millville.org. Or we've got a ton of stuff happening this summer, self-paced courses, YouTube webinars, Google Meet webinars. We even have cohorts that you're still able to join. If you check out Creator Cohort and Google App Academy, the codes to the Google Classrooms are in there, and you can participate in these activities each week and get a super long PD cert at the end. So there's a ton of stuff going on, and we're adding more. Also, once we finally hear what we're doing in September, we'll add some more things at the end of August that are very specific to what the fall will look like. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see and hear from you all soon. Thanks for watching, guys.